Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the virtual event Bahrain Hybrid Cloud and Data Center Summit 2021 on modernizing and driving digital innovation in private and public sectors to enhance a better life for every citizen. Organized by the Rendezvous experts in partnership with our gold sponsor, Manage Engine, our technology partner, Microsoft, our strategic partner, Oracle. I'm Bridget, and I'll be your host for today's session, along with my co-host, Naveen. Dear participants, the BCC Summit is honored to have the prestigious patronage of His Excellency Ali bin Abdullah Zayed. He is the second Deputy Speaker from Representatives Council and also the generous support of His Highness Sheikh Nasir Artificial Intelligence Research and Development Center, Bahrain. We are overwhelmed and feel blessed to have the presence of His Excellency Ali bin Abdullah Zayed with us as the event patronage, who gave his gracious inaugural keynote speech to the IT leaders yesterday. As the event organizer, I thank His Excellency on behalf of our entire team for giving us his precious time. I would also like to welcome and thank you all for joining us today, which is the last day of the BCC Summit. Now, dear participants, a few pointers to make the most of the session. If you have any questions, please use the Q&A section where all the questions will be answered. If for any reason you get locked out during the session, please follow the same procedure to join back in or refresh your page. All our partners and speakers would love to answer any questions you may have. Kindly set up a meeting or drop a message to them directly. Now, dear participants, they will also be available for questions in the lounge area. And don't forget to visit their booths to explore all that our partners can do for you. Now, without any further delay, let's dive into the power-packed Day 2's well-researched agenda, which has been drafted very carefully around the latest trends, innovations, challenges, and solutions of the cybersecurity and data center domains. First up, we have our eminent Summit Chairman, Dr. Jassim Haji. He is the President, Global Artificial Intelligence Group, who is a leading personality in Bahrain and also all across EMEA. He is an international expert, strategist, and researcher in AI and digital transformation. Now I request our eminent event chairman, Dr. Jassim Haji, to please join and welcome the gathering, share your thoughts on what His Excellency said yesterday in his glorious speech, and also requesting you to please give your inaugural keynote speech on future of cybersecurity tools with AI. Over to you, Dr. Jassim Haji.
Thank you very much, Bridget. Thank you, and thank you for Rendezvous experts for coming back again to Bahrain virtually, and hopefully next year physically for the conference on cybersecurity, cloud, and data center. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure and honor to chair the second day of the event. The event, as mentioned by Bridget, was inaugurated and under patronage of His Excellency MP Ali Zayed, second deputy of the House of Representatives. His Excellency yesterday spoke about the importance of digital transformation in the country, with Bahrain positioning itself as the hub for the Middle East in the area of digital transformation, cybersecurity, the cloud, through its workforce, through his human capital. His Excellency mentioned his King's Majesty's inaugural speech of the two House of Representatives and Shura Council, where he has stressed for the past few years on the digital transformation, on the digital economy, artificial intelligence, and most recently also in the digital currency. The directions are very clear, the strategies are there. His Excellency also in the House of Representatives puts efforts to enhance legislations for the cybersecurity, cloud, and others to protect not only the citizens, but the organizations who work in the kingdom and who take out of Bahrain their centers of the excellence or their business. It is important for us in Bahrain to join hands with the legislators, with the parliamentaries, with the technologists, business, and international organizations to provide the entire end-to-end ecosystem of digital transformation. This is why the topic selected by the organizers in terms of the cloud, where we have more and more international cloud providers take Bahrain as their centers, and also enhancing the data center capabilities. The cybersecurity has been key to the initiatives in Bahrain and the different organizations such as public sector and private, financials, aviation, oil and gas, and the rest of it. Nonetheless, even the healthcare, which has been the key after the pandemic, to move with the digital transformation. And this is one of the, I'm sure Sheikh Khalid has spoken or will speak about the healthcare in Bahrain and how digital transformation AI enhances it. Today, I would like to also take a few minutes of your time to talk about how the cybersecurity, which is the key to this seminar and event, is evolutionizing in the future, but not only in terms of legislation policies, but even the technology itself. What are the future cyber attacks, how they've been handled, and what are the key parts of those cyber attacks that we should be able in future to enhance them. If you could see my PowerPoint presentation, sorry, just got it. But I will start anyway with the explanation of why cybersecurity is key to us in Bahrain, and in terms of artificial intelligence. So my PowerPoint is moving, Bridget, correct?
Yes, it is moving, Dr. Jassim. However, if you could please click on the presentation mode.
Yeah, it is over there. Thank you. The cybersecurity on the artificial intelligence is the key for our future. If you notice that the recent international attacks that happens in US and Europe from unknown or different parts of the world, the cyber criminals are no longer using the traditional methods to do so. They do not use the normal analytics, the themes that have been used in the past to penetrate the defense or the traditional defense that we so-called use in our environments. The key to those are that the algorithms and the machine learning techniques are used by cyber criminals are no longer affordable to be defended by the traditional defense of the equipment that we have, whether they are on the endpoint or on the front line or around the network. I'm afraid some of the tools are being enabled by AI, however, not to the level that we should be keeping ahead of the game, keeping the algorithms on the data that is available on the network to be able to anticipate the attacks that are coming, to forecast them. There are statistics showing that there are growing use of machine learning, whereas it does the watchdog and monitors the entire movement of the networks, the personnel of the key organizations throughout the year, and this machine learning algorithms, they decide to attack whenever they find the opportunities are right for that. Therefore, in our researches, we noticed that organizations are more investing on people with AI expertise in their security defense rather than having the cyber security expertise who need to be continuously monitored, who need to be continuously updated, and also the cyber security control rooms, which are equipped 24/7, but that monitoring is also not good enough for the future of the information security and cyber security defense levels. We have partnered with many research organizations internationally, nonetheless, in the EU, to find out that the latest report that we had, and it included CIOs' participation in the journey, showed that only less than 30% of the CIOs believe investment in the current equipment will be without enhancement in with the AI's capabilities will be viable for them, and the long-term investment should be done elsewhere. Some of them, they invest on the local resources, but also they extend their arms to go to many organizations who study the entire landscape of securities. If I may also touch on banking and health centers, where they have been vulnerable during the COVID to get attacks through criminals, whether it was ransomware or it was other means of attacks. We also noticed that the time that is taken for many organizations to take themselves out of the security problems is only possible with the directions that has from AI algorithms. As I mentioned earlier, we noticed that AI expertise are finding, unfortunately, safe havens and more commercial reward by using their techniques in the cybersecurity and working in the predictions of the loopholes in the organizations. We also noticed that the banks are using AI in their fraud detections, that they predict how the frauds happen, they analyze the frauds. That takes them basically 3 to 4 hours compared to some of the banks, which takes them 4 to 6 months to analyze the frauds and verify in that period that the frauds were genuine or not, with many employees being able to analyze the data. Of course, the data goes without saying in the heart of any AIs and the future of cybersecurities, with all the tools that we may think that will be beneficial, that will not give us any further rooms to improve. So working on the data sets from the past and on the networks will be the key to that. I don't want to take much time from our speakers, it's just my contributions for today's opening speech on the cybersecurity with AI's capabilities. I would like to wish everybody else, on behalf of His Excellency MP Ali Zayed, Second Deputy of the Parliament, myself, and the team here, and His Highness Sheikh Nasser's AI Research and Development Center, a useful and pleasant rest of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jassim Haji, for your support as our eminent summit chairman. Your welcome remarks yesterday and of course today, your keynote speech and your continuous support towards all our summits. Thank you from my entire team for everything that you have done for the BCC Summit and beyond. Truly appreciate that.
Thank you, Barajat.